In this video, we'll go over all of WoW's news from the past week and try to compress it into a bite-sized video. The Darkmoon Faire is in town this week. There's always lots to do in the Darkmoon Faire, if you like to collect pets, as a bunch of them come from here. And it's one of the few ways to get a crow in the wild. Plus there's the new potion that simulates dark nights, which has been popular recently, which you can only get this week. Since the fair only comes once a month, it's usually a good idea to check it out. Also, there's a new mount being added to the fair in patch 7.3, so now might be a good time to save up tickets to buy it, since it appears to cost 1,000 tickets at the moment. A new pet and mount were added to the Blizzard store. As someone with a separate YouTube channel dedicated to pet battles, cough cough plug, I have a pretty good idea if a new pet added is useful or not. Usually pet store pets are pretty mediocre, but Twilight is luckily a tiny bit better than mediocre, so it's worth the buy if you like it or something. It also changes colors randomly while out in the world. The quest in Another Light Crucible will be time gated on the patch 7.3's launch, which honestly, having done all the quests on the PTR, isn't a bad thing. There are a ton of quests to do in Argus, like we're talking Siramar levels here. It's nothing like the Broken Shore where there was hardly anything to do, and it seems like it will only take 3 weeks before everything is unlocked anyway. Week 1 will have the first 2 chapters on Argus, which will also unlock world quests in the first 2 zones, as well as currency vendors, a new rep faction, and Argus emissaries. Week 2 will have chapters 3 and 4 in the next zone, as well as unlock invasion points, and the rest of the world quests. And week 3 will have the 5th chapter, the new dungeon, and the Netherlight Crucible, which is a direct buff to players. Now, I know some people are not exactly in favor of time gating new release stuff, especially since the last patch didn't do a good job with it, but trust me, after doing all of this stuff on the PTR already myself, there is just so much to do that I was honestly worried people might complain about just how much questing you need to do. Time gating it, I think, is a good way to fix that problem. Some pretty convenient alt catch-up mechanics will be introduced in the new patch. For one, once you hit max level, you'll get your 3rd relic slot automatically, so no more having to complete your Order Hall campaign to not be gimped, since the campaign is time-gated in some parts and requires you to quest through Val'sharah. Also, you'll be able to advance your artifact traits all the way to 52 and Concordance of Legion Fall with no quest to unlock those traits. Your artifact knowledge will automatically go to 40 and increase each week by itself, all the way to the max of 50. Once you unlock all the new Argus stuff on one character, you'll have it for all your alts, which is a good thing because, like I said, there is a lot of questing needed to unlock everything. And there will also be a catch-up mechanic for followers to get them to item level 900 quickly, since the cap will be raised again to 950 for Argus missions. Sharding was removed in Northrend and RP realms. For those of you who don't know, Sharding is a game mechanic that places people in mini pocket realms when there's too many people in one place at a time, to lighten the load on servers. What this means on RP realms, where they organize big events for everyone to join, like they're doing this week over on the Argent tournament in Northrend on Moonguard, is that instead of a bunch of people in one place all RPing with each other, it instead was placing people in a whole bunch of pocket realms, ruining the open world event, with reports that it was even sharding people when they were in 40-man raids and groups. Usually, sharding isn't really an issue for the average player, but it's been a major concern for RP players in RP realms ever since its introduction at the start of Legion. So having it disabled in one zone for only RP realms seems like a good start to the fixes for this RP problem. Wild pets finally appeared on Argus. You can't really catch them yet, but you can battle them. The weekly bonus event for this week is Battlegrounds. Win 4 Battlegrounds to get your crap if you're into that kind of thing. Also, this week has a PvP Brawl, which is Gravity Lapse. This brawl just has you flying all over the place in Eye of the Storm and is pretty fun. I'd recommend trying it out. The Doomsayers have appeared on live servers. After just being added to the PTR a week ago, they're already in the live version of Dalaran. Just like with the Legion pre-launch event, you can collect pamphlets from them, and kill yourself in order to reset the internal cooldown and being able to get more of them. Jaina appears on the promotional material for BlizzCon, which is a pretty big hint at a possible Kulturas expansion announcement at the next BlizzCon maybe, seeing as that's Jaina's home island, and based on the data mined info with possible old god links. And with that, I'll see you all next week.